being told that they cannot be expelled from our country without an extraordinary amount of individualized adjudication at the district court, circuit court, Supreme Court, up and down, up and down, up and down. No American citizen receives this level of so-called due process. Because it isn't due process. This is called infinity process to keep you here forever. Yeah. That's what this is.
Oh no, it's crazy.
No American citizen charged with a crime, with a serious crime inside the United States, a U.S.-born American citizen receives this kind of process. Birthright citizenship is the biggest, costliest scam in financial history. The biggest financial ripoff of Americans in history, not to mention the fact that it is the #1 magnet for illegal immigration and invasion, and that is used by foreign governments to conduct espionage against the United States.
Journalist and filmmaker Ami Horowitz. Ami, the polling is clear on the deportation issue. A clear majority of Americans support it, despite the media meltdown. And talking about media meltdowns, the characterisation of this violent, gangbanging illegal immigrant as some sort of innocent Maryland dad who was wrongly deported to El Salvador, that is just not translating with the American people. They are not buying it. And yet the Democrats continue to support this dude. You've got a number of them planning to travel to El Salvador to advocate on his behalf. Senator Chris Van Hollen has already been there. And it was a fruitless media stunt, Army, one taxpayers funded.
Who did pay for this trip?
This was an officially cleared, congressional trip, cleared on a bipartisan basis. Yes, like every other trip.
I don't know what they're thinking, Army, because when it comes to this issue, Donald Trump is on solid ground. The majority of Americans want to see this deportation program continue. They want to see every single illegal immigrant deported.
Yeah, it's a majority for sure on illegal immigrants, but it's a super majority on illegal immigrants who have a criminal past, right? It's 70-30. Maybe even 80-20, depending on the polls you're looking at. Yeah, you're right. The media is such a fascinating part of this because they keep using the same language, right? Maryland family man, right? First of all, saying that he's from Maryland as if he is a citizen of Maryland, right? Born and raised there. They're pushing that narrative. Look, the media and more importantly, the politicians, Democrats, have fallen into a trap that Trump has set up for them. okay? They are lining behind a guy like Mahmoud Khalil, right? A man who supports terror, who supports the killing of Jews in the destruction state of Israel. And the Democrats lined up behind this guy, and now they're lining up behind Abreu Garcia, who is not a sympathetic character, right? And you've got Val Holland, the guy you just showed there, with a photo op, sitting and talking with a man who is allegedly, and by court evidence, an MS-13 gang member, and also by court evidence in his own wife's complaint, beat his own wife. This is a massive trap that they're walking into. The polling numbers are very clear, like we said on this thing. Look, the only thing that could derail this is that if Trump makes a mistake and ends up deporting somebody who is a sympathetic character, it's possible, and that could turn it around. So he's got to be careful. But so far, the path that he's following is an interesting one, and the Democrats are walking right into it.
And I think if that did happen, and when you've got a mass program that mistakes can happen, then you rectify it. I can't imagine the administration having someone deported wrongly wouldn't do something to address that. But in this particular case, it is just so clear cut. So for the Democrats and the media to become so preoccupied with this single case, really, it's bizarre.